Warning: the following episode contains discussion of themes of depression, suicide, anxiety. Your discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to AFP, another fucking podcast where this episode we're going to be talking about mental health. I'm your co-host Florinist, and with me is Nove. Max is sitting this one out for reasons we would rather not talk about. And let's get into it. Today we will be talking about our experiences with depression, love, and how we keep that up. This is going to be a heavier episode, and there will be links in the description for things like suicide hotlines and ways to contact therapists and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you ever feel like down or suicidal, like as fuck, that you want to kill yourself, please contact those numbers or go out for help, because killing yourself won't solve anything. Honestly, your life means more than you think. And also, just to add an extra to it, you can DM us on Twitter, and on Twitter, so our DMs are open. I'm pretty sure your DMs are open, right?
Yeah,
same here. And just if you ever need someone to talk to, my DMs are always open. I'm always like 24/7 on Twitter, so.
So I would like to talk about my experience with depression and anxiety and honestly a shitload of other things. Because here's the thing, right? I am currently 17 years old.
Same here.
And I've been depressed, or been having depression rather, since I was 14. So for the last 3 years of my life, I've pretty much been living with some type of depression. And over the years, I have, like, grown into it. Like, I basically know how to deal with it, but it's still, like, since it's still, like, a big thing for me, I'm still not really good at managing it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And it's difficult. I've been seeing a therapist for 3 years now. Yeah, for 2.5 years now, I've been, in therapy to deal with my depression, with my crippling anxiety at points. I've had an eating disorder, which is now just general body image issues. And yeah, it's difficult. Basically how my depression works, and obviously depression is different for everyone.
Obviously.
It's like a Pokemon, you gotta collect them all.
Oh my god, dude. Ouch! Ouch! Yeah. Don't forget to catch those 256 different kind of depressions.
Yeah, I'm very ironic about my depression.
My god.
The way depression works for me is that it comes to me in waves. I would have periods when I am, normal. Like, I can wake up in the morning, I can do all my chores, I can do all my work, and it's fine. But then, like, maybe the next day or maybe the next week, I am just completely mentally empty and emotionally, like, exhausted. And I cannot bring myself to do absolutely anything other than just be like, you stupid, depressed piece of shit, how even dare you be depressed? Yeah, it's a problem.
No, well, obviously, I'm gonna bring into this. My depression, obviously, it's quite difficult to. Obviously, as you said, there's different type of depression. It depends how bad or how severe it is. Plus, your mental health and everything's involved in that. But the most case come with depression is suicidal thoughts or suicide itself. That's one big thing that's happening with depression, like people that has depression.
Yeah, suicidal depression is probably like the most prevalent one. Well, it's not like that. I think I'd say suicidal depression is the more vocal one, because when you're depressed, you're generally like not able to very coherently talk about yourself when you're this depressed. So, instant suicidal depression in general, like, not obviously, like, all the time, but a lot of the times is more, like, broad and, like, touches, like, your entire life. Then it's, like, easier to talk about it. So, people with suicidal depression are just more vocal about that stuff.
Well,
thankfully,
okay,
I'm not suicidally depressed. I'm very
kinda.
scared of pain. I'm very scared of pain. I mean, I tried cutting myself once, and I was like, nope, never again. I cannot deal with that. I mean, I've known a lot of people over my years in group therapy. I've met a lot of people who were suicidally depressed, and seeing them go through that, it was like, man, sure, I'm glad I'm not that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not really suicidal. I'm really cripplingly self-loathing. That's how my depression always manifests. Because I am not able to take care of myself. I've talked about it on Twitter the other day when I talked about how I deal with my depression, and that is I just punch myself until I feel better. Well, not literally,
Okay.
like emotionally I punch myself. Like, you know what that means, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just push myself until I'm just so completely wasted that I have no other choice but to reboot my system. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. I just saw your Twitter about they needed a break and such. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And taking a break was actually a horrible idea.
Yeah, I saw that on your Twitter that it didn't help at all.
Yeah, it did not help. I am going to see my therapist about it today, actually. Later today, I'm going to see my therapist, which it's gonna be a good time.
Hopefully. I think one thing I wanted to talk about, if you don't mind, is my experience with it, like how it started. It mainly started in 10th grade because my school notes got into it. It like really affected my life. So I think I started to be depressed, and then suicidal thoughts like really dark. Like I was thinking of ways to kill myself by obviously the common way that you always hear is by noosing or. Oh my god, this is really heavy episode. Holy crap! Just now realizing it.
Yeah. The easiest way to kill yourself. I mean, you guys don't have guns. Neither do we. So that's out of the question.
Yeah, no, out of the question. Well, obviously, the typical way, bleach and such. The usual stuff you always hear by, it's not uncommon to hear it, of how people suicide kill themselves.
Mostly it's just like bodily, right? Like pills and overdosing.
Yeah, well, mostly with popular artists and such, it's mostly OD. That's the main thing I always hear about. Mm-hmm.
When I was still talking to depressed people, well, I mean, I've still talked to them, but when my main group of friends used to be old depressed, manic depressives, one of them told me a story about how one of her friends decided to kill herself, and she just took a shitload of pills, sleeping pills, I think. Actually, no, that wasn't her friend. I think that was a story she just told me. She told it a while ago. I think it was either a story of someone famous or her friend. Not sure. Either way. So this person took a bunch of sleeping pills, hoping to peacefully die in her sleep or whatever. But instead, she just threw up all over herself and then slipped and hit her head so hard that she just died from whiplash. So that was interesting. That was a story that really spoke to me on an emotional level.
Oh, okay. Don't want to be make myself an ass out of it, but isn't that kind of ironic?
It's not ironic, it's coincidental.
Yeah, she took a lot of pills, puked it out, and then slipped. Oh, wow. Huh.
I mean, she still died, so I guess goal achieved. Oh god, that was awful to say. See, that's the problem. I am so ironic about my own depression and suicides that it's really hard for me to talk about other people without being so ironic and deprecating about it. I am terribly sorry to anyone listening to this right now who are like, oh god, Flores, you don't know what you're talking about, this is very serious. I do know what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, this is call another fucking podcast for a reason.
Yeah.
No, on a serious note, that honestly, there's many tactics that there's it is known that TV host at one time showed how you can kill yourself by shooting behind your head. It was the most effective way of killing yourself, and it was on live TV too. And I learned that.
Nice.
No, it's true though. Well, I'm not sure scientifically, but you know.
No, scientifically, if you want to kill yourself, the ideal way would be to shoot, because it's deep in the brain. So you'd either have to shoot like, at a really angle through the. There's an angle. I think it's a 45-degree angle under the mouth.
Yes. Yeah, I do understand. Yeah.
Or from the back, where like your skull connects. There's like a little like area there, or through there you shoot like. But then there's like there's a chance that your vertebrae will stop the bullet. So
yeah,
shoot under the mouth, kids.
Holy crap! Oh.
I mean, don't. Jesus, no. Don't kill yourself.
No.
But if you do, don't blame us. We are not liable for any suicides that this podcast will cause.
Also, can you just add this in the beginning? Just the part. Just saying that all the jokes we do in this, like, obviously, suicide and all that crap is serious, but we'll crack some jokes, like, all the jokes we say in this podcast isn't meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah, we are deflecting our own emotional trauma with humor. We're not very good at it, but we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. And if you don't find our humor funny, then... Well,
that's alright.
Yeah.
That's genuinely okay.
Yeah.
I don't find my humor funny.
No.
It's totally fine.
But at least we found our humor funny, so...
Yeah.
That's the main point. Anyways, go back. Yeah, I was depressed for a year as such, and suicide. My depression was the biggest thing. My suicidal tendencies. I was just thinking about it. I was not actually gonna do it. I was just thinking of ways of killing myself, not actually doing it. But once that got away, these days it still happens there, but it's really rare. Like really, really rare. It's mostly my depression. That's progress. Yeah, that's really well. I've been seeing a psychiatrist for like a year now, a year and a half, and it's been helping a lot. And also, school has been doing really well too. I've been getting help. I'm getting some modified course classes too, to make it at least easier for me, because me and school is.
That's cool.
We don't want another depression.
Yeah, that bad. What do you mean children are killing themselves? We don't need that.
No wonder why the suicide rate is going too high. God. No, like I said, things are getting better, but as I say, the next part about love is another thing that influences it a bit. Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people do that I forgot to mention, is that they keep it for themselves. Which, please don't keep your feelings and all such inside of you. You'll be freaking depressed. Oh, no, it's such a bad thing to do. Don't ever keep all those feelings of depression. Tell to your parents, and if they don't give a single shrimp to you, I hope they find someone like friends or people that are professionals and such. You can easily go up online. Our next section we're gonna talk is about love, and well, we gotta still talk about mental health, but it's mainly about love. Which, if you want to, you can start, or I can start about love.
Well, I think you should start.
Okay, me mainly start. Okay, this story all I'm gonna do a timeline of what happened. For third grade, when I had my first girlfriend, which I fucking regret having her as a girlfriend. Holy crap, she was abusing pretty much my me. I'm a touchy guy. If you reject me, it'll feel like I just fucking broke a leg. It doesn't,
yeah, I do know, actually.
Yeah, he sucks. Third grade was my first girlfriend. I gave her a rock-shaped heart to her, and then
wait, rock-shaped heart?
Yes, it was on the ground, and I gave it to her.
I think you meant heart-shaped rock.
Shut the fuck Fuck, nobody asked. Anyways.
Because it sounds like, hey, here's a human heart that's shaped like a rock. It's lying on the ground.
Shut up. You know what I meant. Anyways.
I'm pedantic as fuck, mate.
Shut. Obviously that relationship didn't work because one of my friends at the time told everyone that I asked her out. Which, oh boy, that was fun. And that was back in 3rd grade, though. Like, I'm in the 11th grade, I still remember this crap. It's kind of sad.
Wait, how old is every grade? It's like
I was like 7 or 8.
Oh wow, that is
like 10 years ago.
That is a long time. Holy shit.
Well, is it around 10, 11? Yeah, around there. The 3rd grade, I'll say. I don't know. Yeah, I was on and off. When we were not like together, she dated my stepbrother, to make me jealous. That's one thing I remember.
That's rude.
Yep. One day on Valentine's Day, I remember this. I was going at school in the bus. I was all thinking about it and such. I think I asked her out, but she said no or something. I don't remember. Obviously, I cried that day after school. Yeah. No, when we went to the new school, because in the 5th grade we went to the new school, she was dating a lot of younger kids, like she was on the 4th grade, or I don't know. She was dating a lot of weird people. That's the only thing I have to say. She's a tot pretty much today. She's dating everyone. Even dated my friend, and they only lasted like a month. No, her relationships doesn't last like that long. At all. And my problem with love is that it's so difficult to find someone that is meant like for you, have the same interests and such. Because that's one thing that I think is important, that you have the same like interests, or at least one of them. Because obviously you don't want to be too. Obviously my relationship tips are like the worst, but that's what I think of what love, like being in a relationship should be. For mostly,
let's say should be. Let's say like what you think what your ideal relationship would look like, because obviously like there's no way love should look.
Yeah,
it's different for everyone.
Honestly, communication. Obviously, that's important. Spending time. Yeah, spending time with each other. Just respecting. That's because I know some relationships can just go into the potty because of that. I just would like to find someone that can respect me. I respect them back, and just be a couple. I don't need anything like you need to be that. I just pretty much open minded to any kind. I don't care. Just that song. You just respect me, who I am, and my family. No, it's just love in general. It's so confusing, but obviously no rush. Even though I say that, even though I would like to be in a healthy relationship, and then I want to color someone, but no, it's just first of all, one big thing that I see a lot: don't be fake. Be yourself. And if she doesn't like you the way you are, screw them. That's one thing I see a lot.
Well, I think we've talked about everything we wanted to talk about.
You sure then? Because I didn't know you. Because I didn't.
I mean, I can go on. Trust me, I can go on for days.
We recorded an hour of this. Well, between pauses too. I had to go downstairs and stuff.
So this was AFP, about mental health and love and how we deal with it. My name was Florinist.
My name is Nove.
And we'll see you next week.